This is a story that happened a few days ago about an aid worker who was kidnapped in Mali, and she accepted Islam during her captivity. The same happened a few months back with another woman, Sylvia Romano. She also accepted Islam during her captivity, alhamdulillah. So here is how she became to be a Muslim after 1,381 days in captivity. Known as France's last hostage held, Sophie Patronin's cause has been almost forgotten, despite her family's attempts to campaign for her release for several years. Abducted on Christmas Eve 2016 in the northern city of Gao, she was well known locally for her work helping orphans and other children suffering from malnutrition. She had been running Swiss Charity Association aid to Gao since 2004 and was an expert in guinea worm disease, which spread through the contaminated water in northern Mali. As unrest spread in Mali in 2012, 7 Algerian diplomats were abducted and the Algerian consul gave her protection until the building came under attack. She fled through a back door and was spirited out of Mali into Algeria, wearing long robes. "We crossed the desert in just one night, when normally it takes 2 days," she told a newspaper in May 2012. "I checked the speedometer. We were going at 130 kilometers per hour, 80 miles per hour. She had escaped Mali in disguise but soon returned to continue her work, but was abducted this time, unfortunately. However, it seems like a blessing in disguise. She has appeared in 2 hostage videos, and at one point her son went to a local mediator who said that the kidnappers were prepared to accept a ransom for her release. In one video in June 2018, she appealed for help from President Emmanuel Macron, looking tired and gaunt. She was suffering from cancer and malaria at the time of her abduction. She was freed on Thursday, 8th of October, alongside Malian opposition leader Somalia Sis and 2 Italian nationals, Father Pierluigi Macali and Nicola Ciacchio. Macali, a Roman Catholic missionary priest from the African Missionary Society, was kidnapped from neighboring Niger in 2018. In a tweet, the Italian Bishops' Conference expressed gratitude to those who worked for the liberation as we continue to pray for those who are missing. In Macali's birthplace of Crema, a city east of Milan in northern Italy, bells tolled in the cathedral to welcome the news of his liberation. Sophie Patronin arrived at Villacoublay Airport, southwest of Paris, on Friday, where she was welcomed by President Emmanuel Macron. Just imagine the shock on Macron's face when he went to greet her at the airport, as she came off the plane only to realize that she'd now become Muslim and wears hijab, alhamdulillah. In a Twitter post, Macron said he and the French people were delighted to see Patronin. "Welcome home," he said. And the surprising news came after that. She said, "My greatest joy today is knowing that my assistant was able to continue working without me. For Mali, I will implore Allah's blessing and mercy, because I'm a Muslim. You say Sophie, but you have Maryam in front of you." Patronin. Macron expressed joy and relief at her release, thanked the Malayan authorities. Patronin said she had been treated relatively well during captivity. Her account contrasted with that of fellow ex-hostage Somalia Sis, a prominent Malayan politician who recounted months of arduous conditions before a precious trip to her extraction point, arriving in Mali's capital 48 hours after first being released. "I hung on. I prayed a lot because I had a lot of time." Patronin told reporters at the French embassy in Bamako, "I transformed detention into a spiritual retreat, if one can say that." Looking energetic and determined despite her ordeal, Patronin told French broadcasters that she wants to go back to the northern Malayan town of Gao to see the children she was helping before she was kidnapped. "I made a commitment to the children. For 4 years I haven't seen how the programs are working," referring to her work with orphaned and malnourished children. "I will go to France, to Switzerland, and then I will come back to see what's happening here." During her captivity, Patronin said that she was allowed to listen to the radio, and her guards shared messages and videos with her, including one from her son. Patronin's middle-aged son, Sebastian, told French reporters it was a little boy who found his mom again, and a mom who was comforting her little boy. French President Emmanuel recently said, "Our den is in crisis all over the world," and went to receive her at the airport. "The irony," she says, "I'm a Muslim now. You say Sophie, but I am Maryam. Allah guides people to Islam in different ways, and all these negative remarks are nothing compared to His power.